Hello everyone, welcome to Moon Mage-Tarot Meditations. This video is going to be about the new moon that is happening in Scorpio on November 1st. We're going to look at the energies coming in, the things that need to be surrendered because it's a new moon, and when there's a new moon we always need to let go of something so that we can bring something new in. That's what the new moon's all about cultivating something new and bringing in new situations, people, ideas, what have you. This is a particularly intense new moon in Scorpio. I will say quickly before I get started here with a little bit more information about what this new moon's about. If you're not interested in this part of the video, you can go down into the description box, look at the timestamps, and choose whichever message is speaking to you. In the thumbnail, I put 4 moons. So whichever moon is calling you in, that's your message for this new moon energy. Okay, so back to this new moon and what it's all about. The new moon in Scorpio is all about death and rebirth. It's on the heels of Samhain as well, which was the festival for honoring the dead, that which has been gone, lost, literally and metaphorically. And that's what this new moon is about. And sometimes it's a chaos maker because we're dealing with Scorpio energy. There's some warrior type energy, high emotional energy. So it can be tricky. It can be really tricky to navigate this new moon in particular. There's a lot that can be going on behind the scenes. Secretive type energy, things being veiled, not being able to see clearly. That can be really frustrating, especially when we're trying to move something forward in our lives, but we don't have all the information. There's a lot of that energy here as well, but it can become very revelatory and very quick with this new moon energy in Scorpio. So be mindful of that. It can be a little bit of, it can bring about chaos and conflict if we're not careful. It's very watery too, so very emotional. Scorpio, you will feel this the most. However, we're all going to feel this, but water signs in particular, so Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, you're really going to feel this one. It's a big ask and a big call to decide what no longer serves you. And when you are in the midst of seeing something more clearly, something coming to the surface, that revelatory energy, it's really about making decisions around that for yourself that are for your best and highest good, which is hard. But there's a lot of severing that happens with this new moon, and sometimes it can be quite abrupt and unexpected. So be mindful of that. It is very good, though, for setting new intentions, calling in the new things, and finding ways to sever and cut ties with the old things, whether this is people, situations, jobs, partners, it doesn't matter. So that's essentially what we're dealing with here with this new moon energy and with that Samhain energy coming in with Halloween and such. So these messages are going to pertain to those types of energies: surrender, calling in, letting go, what this looks like for you and whereabouts this is pertaining to you in your life. All right, so now that I've got that out of the way, give yourself a second, feel into messages 1 through 4, look at the thumbnail, look at the moons, which moon is drawing you in, and those will be your messages. And I will get started here with message number 1. Hello, message 1. I pre-pulled the main overarching energies just to save a little bit of time in the videos. So let's have a look and see what's showing up for you. Ooh, new moon in Aries. So it's new moon energy coming through for you. So really cultivating that newness. That's going to be, it's opportunistic. This is what I want to say. And it is an Aries. So that's fiery energy, really taking action. And that's exactly what this card says. It's time to take action. What are you being called to move towards, to move, being motivated to do at this time? Okay, we've got surrender, defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate is a more empowered way. Stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. Okay, some of you may already have been in and around some conflicting, chaotic energy. That's hard and that's frustrating, especially when we feel like we do know what to do and we do have some answers and solutions. But this is about ebbing back and, creating space for others to speak out on this, because there may be some wisdom in what they have to say. Also, I think it'll soften any energy that has appeared for you around conflict and chaos. I think it's a pretty normal and human thing to want to defend ourselves and our ideas, but in this case, you're going to see more benefit by relaxing those barriers and relaxing that defensiveness. Okay. And I think seeing a situation move forward as a result of that as well. Okay. Yeah. Antelope, decisiveness. Make a decision and take appropriate action. Wow, you're really coming into the energy of movement. What are you being asked to move on? Make a decision and take appropriate action. It's time to take action. Wow. And I feel like Spirit's highlighting the fact that the way to do this, the way to make this forward momentum happen is to surrender this defensiveness, be open to communication, and then you are going to start to see that the tide turn in your favor in some situation. For some reason, for some of you, I'm definitely feeling like this has to do with a business decision or a move. Now, this is general, so that's not going to resonate with all of you, but for some of you, I think it's going to. Let's see what else comes out for you guys. Goodness, we've got another antlered animal. So I think something about spidey senses here too. Full moon in Aries, more Aries energy. Cool your emotions. Yeah, this is a highly emotional new moon, very charged up. So being careful that, and I think it also goes with surrendering defensiveness. This is how you move forward. I'm gonna keep saying that because that's definitely the message I'm getting loud and clear. Lots of Aries energy here too. I wonder if some of you are Aries or if you have strong Aries placements in your astrological chart. Either way, you're being asked to lean into that because we've got that twice now, right? We've got that cool your emotions with that Aries energy because we do want to keep ramming our heads against something and keep going, keep moving. But there's this huge need and this huge energy coming in for message one that it really does require you to stop, pause, and hear everybody out and take in all of the ideas, thoughts, feelings of everyone else, right? That will help with this decisiveness on how to move forward. Wow. Because you're definitely coming into that decisive energy, and I can see how some of my message one choosers are probably frustrated because it may even be that others in your sphere, in your little world, are making this more difficult. But I still say that there's a reason that's saying surrender defensiveness, right? Because this is how the situation will get going. Okay. First quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open. Yeah, and that makes so much sense because I feel like you've definitely shut it down a little bit due to this frustrating energy, due to arguments with others, and I think feeling like you had to stand your ground on something because you really do have some good ideas here in this situation. You really do have a clear understanding of what needs to happen, but maybe not everybody's on board. Either way, keep your heart open. Don't shut down to these situations, to this communication, to just being open to what others have to contribute in some kind of way, because there is validity within that. There is something to be taken away. There is wisdom. There is a way through it. I definitely think my message ones have been some stormy, difficult energy though. Okay. Let's pull some more cards here for you guys. I'm very curious to know where this energy is applying to my message ones. I definitely think some of you, it's in a job or work situation, maybe where you're like the business owner or you're up there, leading the way in some kind of way. But I could definitely see how this could also pertain to family situations and big decisions about what to do as a family unit, like a move or moving towards something or away from something. big decisions around. I don't know why I keep coming into real estate, but that's strange. That's probably a very specific message for some of you. Not all of you. All right. Goddess of the Moon. Envy. Man holding a coin. Deceit. Wow. You guys, some of you guys have really been through it. Walking away. Okay, I'm definitely getting stubbornness and digging your heels in about a situation that you probably should be walking away from. But I'm going to go ahead and pull some more cards with this. Oh, I should show you guys this card. Healer of the Ages. The World. Door to Spirit, nice. This is definitely for some of you a financial situation or has caused financial turbulence in your life in some way. Cornucopia, nice. I like where we're going with this. Door to, what's this? Door to personal healing and happiness. Okay, well, it's in the reverse, so we're going to talk about that. All right. Ooh, this is a lot. Okay, message 1. Big ask to be drawing down the moon using your intuition, again, which does require open-heartedness, surrendering defensiveness, seeing things more clearly, and just really being open to new communication. I think some of you have dug your heels in a little bit about a situation with some stubbornness for good reason at the time, and there has been some secrets, which is very connected to this new moon, so some of you may see even more about what's been hidden from you, and it may cause some frustration, just a little heads up. That will really help you make a decision about, yeah, okay, we're definitely moving away from these people, that situation, that company, whatever it is, you know, because it's not going to be what's for your best and highest good in this situation. And it looks like you've been dealing with, like, because this is challenge energy right here. So we've got envy in reverse, and we've got the World in reverse. Feeling like you've been dealing with hard-headed people who are jealous. And when we're dealing with that kind of energy, nothing can move forward because they're more interested in making sure you don't get what you want out of the jealousy that they hold in your situation or from what you have. And so they're not going to be helpful in any kind of way. They're not going to be doing anything to see you expand, grow, have good outcomes. There may even be, like, some of you are dealing with exes in some way, and they're just causing a lot of problems. What I like, though, is the central energy, which is the spirit calling, right? There is a way through this, and there's financial prosperity where you don't have to be so worried about finances, and masculine energy, too, so that's action-oriented as well. And it will lead you through that door to spirit, the good positive outcome, the right direction, the way forward. So really be open to that, because that's central here, right? There's definitely a way through this, but you have to draw down that intuitive energy, draw down that moon, relax your barriers, keep your heart open, listen to everything, really pay attention to what's going on behind the scenes to message 1, because I definitely think you're dealing with some shady people. And you may recognize that, but maybe not everyone's on board with it. But what I love here is that you've got this deceit showing up upright, which means you're about to see the truth of a situation. Anything that's been hidden, veiled, fogged out, unclear, that's about to change, and you will see the deceit that has been around you, or the fakeness of those around you, and you'll be able to make better decisions as a result of that. Right, and on the other side of that is a cornucopia, prosperity, coming back to that door to spirit, man holding a coin, ways forward, ideas, new people around to help. as a result of that clarity. But this is what we really need to talk about, right? Because we've got keep your heart open, and then coming down, we've got walking away, but it's reversed, suggesting that there's fear in walking away from the situation. Probably something or a group of people, or in a position where you are so used to these people in these situations and there's comfort there, but it's not the best idea to stay with this situation, these people, this group, or to dig your heels in about something, right? With that defensiveness there, right? Because in staying in this situation, that prosperity doesn't come through. It shuts everything down. It slows the process. It just complicates it. It delays. This is the word I'm looking for. It's going to cause delays. So really be mindful. If you're able to catch yourself, try to open up that sense of self-awareness, because you may be able to catch yourself when you're in that energy, when there's fear creeping up, when there's a comfort zone that you're a little bit afraid to move away from, even though it shows clearly here that it's the best thing for you and your situation to move away from these things, because you're going to get new information, and it's going to be a good thing because you'll know the truth, but it may be hard in its delivery at the time. So, something to keep in mind. I really think there's a lot of positivity and potential here, though, for you, message 1. If you heed this advice and take the appropriate action and relax that barrier, keep your heart open, and don't try not to dig your heels in too much about this, about the way you think that it needs to be, because there is some really good information coming about how to connect to what's going to be best for you. And, I don't think I touched on it enough here, but Healer of the Ages, in drawing down the moon and really sitting with yourself and going into that self-awareness, there's a lot of healing that takes place. And when that happens, I think for you mentally, you come into more clarity and balance, right? So call that in. Maybe call in Archangel Raphael to help you with this. Okay. I'm going to pull some moon cards here, some guidance and advice for my message 1s. And we've got Lion energy, which is Leo energy, which is very fiery as well. Yeah, I am courageous and powerful. So that might be a good affirmation for you guys this week. And into next week, because this new energy lasts quite a while. I flow towards my goal. I am strongly protected as I go. I love that, especially with that line on the back of that card. It definitely feels like that to me, but I don't think you feel that way. I think there's a sense of, I don't want to be vulnerable and open to this chaotic energy. So again, digging your heels in, staying in defensiveness, keeping that heart blocked. But Spirit's saying it's all the opposite of those energies that are needed right now to move this forward, to get to the truth, and walk away into prosperity. And then we've got, I accept and create more flow and pleasure in my life. Yes, I feel like that's something that's definitely been lacking for my message 1s. That feeling of flow and things just going in the right direction and just moving in general. Okay, let's cap this off with one final piece of guidance and advice from Spirit for my message 1s. What do you need to know? I feel like I might need to pull 2 cards. We'll see. Wow, big call to open your heart, because you've got to keep your heart open and open your heart here. No one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others and let love heal this situation. Yes, really call in that healing energy for this, because it's only going to make things more prosperous, more forward moving, more optimal, really, for you. So maybe doing some meditations around the heart space and the crown, right? Because I think when we're emotionally shut down, it does bring in blocks to the rest of our chakras. So, but start there. No one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others and let love heal the situation. Look at that. Yes, you are correct. You have listened to your inner guidance and made a wise choice. Keep moving forward. I love that. I love that. Yes, you are correct. And I think that this is why there may be some digging in your heels, as I've been saying. But even though you may be right about something and you do see the situation clearly, and I feel like as a result of taking this time to get into self-awareness, clearing out your chakras and really listening to what Spirit's asking you to do, it's also connected to calming that defensiveness, right? Still being open to others. But yes, you are on the right track about something. Things are about to move forward. Give yourself over to this energy of calm, peace, and open-heartedness, because that's the way forward and through. All right, message 1. I am going to leave that there. I'm wishing you all the most beautiful new moon energy. Take care, guys. Hello, message 2. I pre-pulled and shuffled the main overarching energies just to save a little bit of time on the videos. Jeez, I can't talk. All right, let's see what's showing up for you guys. Take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. Oh, so that's a waning moon. Okay. You're being asked to stop, pause, and I feel like maybe collect yourself in some kind of way. It may be that you're going through really loud brain, monkey mind, I always call it. And so anyway, Spirit's highlighting the fact that it's time to pause, slow down, maybe do a little bit of reflection. And I feel like calm your energy. Let's see what else shows up with that. Surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks, in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Yes, okay. So very clearly you're being asked to go into healing mode right now, to ebb back and look at where your blocks are and why they're there. And one that's being massively highlighted here is that lack mentality, scarcity, not having enough. And if I follow my heart, there won't be enough money. If I leave this job, I won't have security. Or maybe you have this belief that money doesn't grow on trees. That was born of your childhood, right? A lot of us heard that. Either way, you're being asked to ebb back in this new moon, go within and do some healing work, particularly around the root chakra, scarcity, limiting beliefs. But I definitely think it's going to be an energy that will help bring in alignment and attunement all the way up your chakra system for whatever reason. And there's a reason Spirit's asking you to do this at this time, because there's something on the other side of it waiting for you. It almost feels like a dream or a purpose of some kind that you have that can't be fulfilled until you do this healing work. Okay, let's see. Snake and healing. You are a healer. You are a healer. So there it is. First, we must heal ourselves before we can help heal others. You are probably somebody who provides solace and comfort through your empathic nature, just maybe through your physical touch, through your words, whatever it is, just your energy radiates healing for others. But in order to step up into that role even more in some kind of way, we first need to be aligned and balanced. Perhaps you think that you can't make a living doing this kind of work. And healing, being a healer, that looks like a lot of different things for us. Like some of us do heal with our words, with our advice, like through therapy or just in our everyday life. We're always bringing in saying the right thing at the right time. Some of us heal with our hands, like as in Reiki or massage, or in actual healing environment, like a hospital, as a nurse, an EMT, etc., etc. Apply that to your situation, because this is general, so it's going to be different for all of you. Definitely think there's a strong spiritual component here, though, for my message twos. So you definitely shouldn't be second guessing or questioning whether you have the ability to heal, whether you are empathic and bring that energy to others, even without trying. You just do. But this is a time for you right now to get yourself sorted and straightened out. Because I think on the other side of that, so we're looking at full moon energy moving forward. I'm feeling like the end of the year for you guys, you're going to be asked to step up in a really big way around this passion, this purpose. But we have to let go of these things that don't serve this energy first. Okay, let's see what else is coming out. Full moon in Libra, so that's airy energy. Find a balance. Yeah, it definitely feels like it's not just a matter of feeling imbalanced in your life. Maybe, you're really heavily invested into one portion of your life, but you recognize other pieces are lacking. I think this is more internal for my message twos. You're feeling imbalanced within. And again, this is just a call from Spirit saying this is the time to do it. This new moon energy will provide the healing that you need, the attunement, the alignment that you need so that we can activate you and put you on the path towards purpose and passion. I'm definitely feeling that for my message twos. And sometimes it can be to heal more than just a scarcity wound. I feel like some of you might be healing a little bit of heartbreak as well. Maybe with a relationship. We'll see what else comes out, but I just had that feeling. Find a balance. Okay. Oh my gosh, lots of Libra energy coming through with this one. Maybe some of you are a Libra sun, moon, or rising, or have strong placements in Libra, but yeah, lots of air energy. So that lets me know too that mentally you've really been in your head and it's time to calm the mind. But this is saying make time for self-love. If ever you needed permission to take time for you, to make sure that you're giving yourself all the love, all the self-care, all the healing, all the pause, all the reflection, it's now. It's now. And it feels like it's a big ask from Spirit and maybe long overdue for some of you as well. Make time for self-love. Okay. Let's pull some more cards. Yeah, and when this kind of energy shows up, like all this like need for pause, reflection, healing, to get into balance, to heal out some limiting beliefs that are really blocking us, I feel like it's because, fate, destiny is going to be at play down the road, and it's going to need to see you at your best, feeling your best, and feeling aligned, and feeling ready for this thing. Otherwise, we might have some delays or detours to get ourselves to where we're supposed to go. So heed that advice, message too, because I think that you've got a lot to offer, and it's just you're just not doing it at this time for these limiting beliefs and these reasons of, I feel like for some of you, less than, and also, as this says, belief in scarcity. But I also think there's a self-esteem thing here as well. Good enoughness. I think this is what I'm trying to say. Okay. We've got contract. The garden and the gate. First chakra, yep. That's the root which is responsible for feeling abundant and like we have enough security, and it's in the reverse. Archangel Michael. So maybe calling in Archangel Michael for some support and to help heal out that root chakra. The sun. Woman holding a coin. Okay. Before I pull some more cards, I just want to point out, I definitely think some of you fear moving forward in some way, moving towards something that would better serve you, that's more suited to your abilities and your personality. There's a lot of fear of instability as a result of that. I'm really afraid I won't be secure, that I won't be able to take care of myself financially. That's showing up massively here with these cards. Fear of breaking that contract, like out of that. And I feel like for you guys, it's like a matter of, this is my comfort zone, even though I'm recognizing I'm not so comfortable here anymore because my heart's calling me somewhere else, but I have all these beliefs around why I can't do it. This is what you're being asked to look at, re-examine, and bring into clarity and balance. Because the garden and the gate, she's looking out yonder, wanting something more for herself, and she deserves something more. As do you, message 2. But afraid to leave that comfort zone. Really strong message here, right? And that makes it feel like the sun is not shining on you, like there's no way forward, like things just aren't in your favor. But I feel like that's a bit of an illusion, a bit of a story, again, from your past that is running in the background, and kind of, it's basically like an old computer program that needs to be removed and reset. Because I feel like the sun does want to shine on you and you've got so much to give. And I love that this woman holding a coin is coming here in a bit of an outcome energy, because it's suggesting there's some way forwards that you haven't seen. There's potential and possibility. It might even be seeking out the advice of somebody with a feminine energy. They don't have to be a woman, but very likely might be, that can help you see how you can move towards something that's more aligned with who you are, with your passion and purpose, and still feel financially stable and secure. Okay, let's pull some more cards. Second chakra. Ugh, I can't talk. Second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Okay, yep. You're definitely in need of an alignment and attunement. Maybe some Reiki for some of you. This chakra governs it's just below your belly button, and it's all about your emotional well-being and balance. It's connected to sexuality, creativity, and if it's coming out, it's letting you know that this is also another area that needs some work. I feel like for you, it's a need for balance all the way up. But if these two are coming out, these two in particular are probably blocking the flow all the way up. So something to keep in mind. Oh my gosh. Angel of Balance. Really, really, really take this time. Message 2. It's a strong, strong message here for you guys. Feeling they're highlighting, yeah, you are very imbalanced, in need of some help with this. And it's okay if you need help with this. We all get out of balance from time to time. We all get lost in the sauce of life and discombobulated and, feeling like I don't know whether I'm coming or going. And I think that's true here for my message 2s. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you can't make this up. Now we're at the solar plexus. Third chakra, Archangel Shamuel. Whew. Your bottom chakras are all gunked up and blocked. That's your power center, responsible for taking action, for moving forward. It's masculine energy, right? Whereas the sacral is the divine feminine. This one is responsible for our vitality, our feeling empowered, feeling capable. Really, really, really needing to do some chakra meditations, getting attunement and alignment around this. If you're capable, maybe go see somebody who does Reiki. I almost feel like sore back for some of you too, or if you're having lower back problems or abdominal pain or discomfort, I feel like it's due to these blocked chakras. It's more emotionally based that became physical. So really keep that in mind and give yourself over to this healing time and energy. Yeah, the temple path. And it's underneath the sun, not shining, because I think message 2, that you're clinging on to old stories, old beliefs. It's causing you to lay your passion and purpose, or where you're supposed to be. There is a temple path for you, and it's connected to you as a healer in some kind of way, to your empathic nature, to the beautiful soul that you are, that's not shining as brightly as it could be at this time, and not necessarily holding yourself back from what's meant for you. So all the more reason to give yourself over to this healing energy, because things have been preventing you from moving towards what is best for you, towards your purpose in this life, what you're here to do. Okay, all right. Caring connections, and it's in the reverse. I think you're also lacking support here. But look again, because there is support around you. It's feminine energy, doesn't have to be a woman. That will help you. They have wisdom, especially around financial situations and how to move, I think, more towards what you're in line with and what your soul is aligned with. I don't think you've been receiving the support that you need in your connections either, which makes this extra hard, right? That really would affect our heart space, our belief in ourselves, what we believe is possible. It can keep us tithed to our comfort zones and old belief systems too. I almost get this push-pull energy here for you guys, where I started to feel really good, I was removing negativity, then it all got brought back. And this may be connected to somebody in your life, a love connection, a romantic connection, or somebody who you respect. But I think you need to allow yourself some space from this person so that you can become whole and see things clearly for you and then what's true for you, because that is what's really mattering at this time. Okay, we've got gather more wisdom each day. Yes. Yes, I absolutely think this is going to be something that has comes as a result of you giving yourself over to this taking a breath and this pause and going into healing energy. I think it's going to help you connect to this wise person, or this wise energy. It might even be a spirit for some of my group twos, because I definitely think you have the capacity to do that, to connect to spirit in some kind of way. I gather more wisdom each day. You could use it as an affirmation as well. I accept that here now is exactly where I am, and that is a place of profound learning, right? Wisdom. Good flow here. Oh, I can put it like this just in case some of you want to snapshot that and repeat it to yourself. And then we've got, I invite peace within myself. I ripple this outwards. Those make so much sense. That's really good synchronicity here with the rest of this reading. So use some of these affirmations if you find yourself feeling the opposite of these things, or when you catch yourself, in negative thinking. I really think this new moon is offering my message to choosers an opportunity for massive growth and expansion to get you on your temple path and towards your purpose, your soul's purpose of what you're meant to do. And I definitely think that you're a very powerful person. You cannot see that or feel that right now. You're being affected by lack mentality, blocked chakras, and I think connections that are just not as supportive as they could be. So really, you could let yourself look at this. Maybe journal it out if that helps. Write out your thoughts and feelings around this as a way of kind of purging yourself of them, of the fears, the worries, the concerns. Trust your angels. Let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. 100%. It's time to reconnect to your spirit, to your soul tribe. I really feel strongly that you're going to be able to connect to them under this new moon and Scorpio energy. It's very, very spiritual, actually, too, which I don't think I mentioned in the intro, but it is. So give yourself over to this, because I think you're going to receive answers. Welcome abundance into your life. Love that. Prosperity is on its way to you. Have faith that source will heal your financial challenges. I love that, because I think this is obviously acting as a huge block to your passion, your purpose, and where you're meant to be going. As it showed up here, surrender your belief in scarcity. But as this says, welcome abundance into your life. Prosperity is on the way to you. Have faith that source will heal your financial challenges. Trust your angels. Really empowered, powerful, synchronistic message here for my group twos. All right, group two. I think I'm going to leave that there. Really give yourself over to this healing energy. And I keep feeling like 2 weeks. Like it might take at least a couple of weeks for you to find yourself feeling more sorted, grounded, and ready to move forward in some kind of way, even if it's just slowly. But give yourself over to this healing. It's going to be so good for you in the long run. I'm wishing you all a beautiful new moon energy. Take care, guys. Hello, message 3. So in order to save a little bit of time in the video, I pre-pulled the main overarching energies, but I'm going to look at them with you because I think that's more interesting and exciting. So let's get going here. Okay, we've got full moon in Virgo energy, and it says you are good enough. Okay, so lacking some self-esteem, not feeling like you have what it takes to do what it is that you want to do, to have the person you want to have, to create the life that you want to create. It's that kind of energy. But as it says, and it's coming out for a reason, to remind you that you absolutely are good enough. It's a self-esteem issue, a self-worth. Maybe some of you even deal with some imposter syndrome type energy. Let's see what else. Okay. Surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. Okay. All right. So where can that be applied in your life? Sometimes this isn't a romantic partner, though I think for some of you it definitely will be. But I think also in other situations with friends and family. And it's interesting because I think that you do have a lot of wisdom, and I think psychic insight for some of you, like an intuitive ability. And so you do feel it in your core and your gut that it's right. But sometimes what people are looking for is a sounding board, comfort, and just someone who is willing to listen to them rather than try to resolve or fix. And maybe this causes you to feel like maybe I'm not good enough because it seems like people don't want to listen or trust me and believe that I can be of help in some way. But I sort of feel like it's a message of knowing your audience, knowing who you're speaking to. Do they generally look for advice, or are they looking more for a sounding board? There's something to that here for me, for my message threes. Yeah, give others a gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. And you would definitely be feeling out of sorts, and like maybe you're lacking in some way. If there has been conflicts and you're rolling it over and over in your head about what happened, what transpired, what you said, what they said, relax these barriers right now. As this says, right? We, even if we know in our heart of hearts that we're onto something and we've got this wisdom, sometimes it's not what's needed in our situation or what the other person's looking for. So just keep that in mind. Opossum. Oh my gosh, I've been seeing possums like crazy lately. Maybe there's a bit of a of a message here for me. Have a backup plan. Have a backup plan. Strategy. Okay. Okay. So as this is connected to your need to always be right, I think there's a broader message, an overarching energy here of maybe you have some rigid thinking about what it's supposed to look like, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do it. Um, Digging your heels in a little bit about the strategy that you currently have and sticking to it, even if it feels a little off, even if you know that there might be a better way, you keep sticking to it because you just don't want to have to go against these original thoughts, right? So maybe you're pushing. I feel like Spirit's highlighting the fact that there is another way, and it's a better way, and it's going to be, I feel like, easier. So relaxing your beliefs around what you think is the right way to go or to resolve or to handle a situation. As this says, have a backup plan. So being open to other options, opportunities, advice from others, all a good idea for you for my message threes at this time, right? Other strategies, as this says. I feel like there's definitely a component of that for the rigid thinking. It's not necessarily about feeling like you've got the right information and knowledge for others, but also like relaxing your own barriers around the strategy that you think that you're supposed to be following and having a backup plan, being open to other ideas and things. It's interesting too because with the you are good enough as the main energy, I feel like maybe you've told yourself some sort of story that if I don't push and I don't go and I don't stick to this plan, it's not going to work out and I'm just going to prove myself to be like a failure again. Like you've experienced that in the past, but I think heed this advice because there are so many ways to get to where you want to go and it's not always going to look the way we thought. So I really am driving that message home because it feels really pertinent here. Let's pull some other cards though to see what else is going on here with my message threes. Ooh, okay, well okay, 2 cards. That was easy. All right. Make time for self-love. Aries, or sorry, not Aries energy, Libra energy. Make time for self-love, which makes a lot of sense, right? You are good enough. So really working on your solar plexus right now, because that's our I am center. It's connected to masculine energy and being able to make things happen. It's the center that's connected to affirmations like I am powerful, I am brave, I am courageous, I am capable. It's that kind of energy. But I also think there's a creative component here for many of you. So something to consider there as well, like you're the sacral chakra just below it, just below the navel, where you are creating, where you're inspired, where you're passionate, and you're only going with that energy as opposed to rigidity. So make time for self-love. And I think clear your mind as well of these negative thought patterns. Last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. I definitely feel like some of my message threes have this energy or belief of I'm a failure or I've proven to myself that I can't make certain things happen, or I gave up too soon, and that's affecting this feeling of I'm not good enough, the self-esteem, where things didn't work out the way you hoped, or again, you gave up, or something just fell flat, or it felt like a failure. They're just lessons, not life sentences. I say this a lot, and I feel like you need to hear that message 3. You are powerful, you are strong, you are capable. There are lots of options available to you. So relax rigid thinking, relax whatever you feel like is supposed to happen right now, and be open to other ideas, new strategies, backup plans. Okay. Let's pull some more cards here. Man holding a heart. Definitely some conflict in a romantic partnership here, especially coming under surrender your need to always be right and give others the gift of letting them be right, be yielding, not rigid, to improve your relationship. So yeah, there's definitely some relationship struggle here with some of my message 3s. The thinking woman. And that's connected to that not taking time to pause and back and look at other possible solutions and ways forward, because that's definitely being highlighted here. There is another way. You just can't see it yet, because I think you have something in mind and you just want to move forward to it and not waver. But this is not what that energy is asking you to do. It's just asking you to be open again to other ideas and options, because I feel like there's something better. Right? So when it's reversed like that, it's asking you to take some time to stop and think. Yeah, door to personal healing and happiness in the reverse. Not feeling that right now. Feeling really out of sorts, out of alignment, due to some of this conflicting energy, these issues with relationships and connections, and not seeing eye to eye and not taking that time to pause. Big ask here for message 3. Ooh, look at that though. Look what's on the other side, where the direction we're moving is action, moving forward. Ooh, and man holding a coin. That's a good energy to be seeing towards the end of this as well. So coming into clarity, under that backup plan, under new strategies, openness, right? Going with the flow. It's going to take you to much better places. I feel like better than you could have even imagined by relaxing what you believe is supposed to happen. This is the result. Yeah, let's pull some more cards. Walking away in the reverse. Really, really struggling to let go of what you think is supposed to be, or an idea or a belief system. Really being highlighted here is something that you need to look at, message 3, to help improve your situation. Because when we've got walking away like this, if it was upright, that would be more concerning. Or sorry, no, scratch that. It's in the reverse. Blah. Really, really highlighting the fact that you're afraid to walk away for something, to let go of a belief, a strategy that you currently have, the ideas and beliefs that you're holding. Sorry, I got so discombobulated there. Anyways, this is just really highlighting that. And this rigidity, this way of thinking and believing, is causing a stagnant situation, conflict and animosity. Really, really wanting, Spirit really highlighting that you need to look at that and other possibilities. Attachment. What are you staying attached to? This is just very synchronistic. Really looking at that. Also, I'm noticing very much this mask there. Masking, I think, some parts of yourself that you're afraid to let out. I feel like a lack of vulnerability. Again, I feel like that's a protective thing for you, though. You're protecting yourself, your heart, your ideas, that rigidity. Look at that. What are you attached to? Why are you attached to it? How can you remove some masks that maybe aren't entirely you, without the fear of what it might mean for you? Like, there's this feeling of disempowerment with this. Like, if I don't show up like this and behave like this and, stand my ground, then everything's going to go sideways. I just don't feel that's the case here for you, message 3. yeah, there's a strong attachment though to beliefs, how you think things are supposed to be. A lot of digging your heel in energy for this entire new moon reading that we all need to look at. The garden and the gate, yeah, not wanting to leave your comfort zone, not wanting to look out over yonder and see other possibilities and new ways forward. But if you give yourself over to this and relax those barriers and stay open, I feel like there's prosperity on the other side of that, right? Oh, broken heart, but it's in the reverse, which I love to see, right? Upright, suggesting that you've probably been through some brokenheartedness, especially where relationships are concerned, and frustrations and conflict and communication and not seeing eye to eye. This is about to shift and change. There's going to be forward momentum on this. Nice. Goddess of the Moon. Okay. This is sort of like a call to action card. It's time to step back, look at your thoughts and beliefs, where you're being really rigid, where you're digging your heels in, where you could use a little bit more flow and relaxation in your thinking and thoughts, where you could open your heart. By drawing down the moon, we bring in that sense of intuition and knowing, and this is what Spirit's hiding, that is going to be the very best thing for you to do to bring in the door to personal happiness and healing, to financial security, to feeling safe and within your connections, but also financially too, right? General reading, so it's going to be different for all of you. Yes, take some time to draw them in. Maybe doing some crown chakra meditations would be a really good idea for my message threes. Opening up to wisdom, higher mind, some truth. And maybe even asking, where do I need to relax my barriers? What am I holding on to? Why am I holding on to it? Because sometimes when we understand our why, we can see it through a different lens and be like, okay, well, I don't really want to be thinking that way or feeling that way or holding on to that belief because of that thing that happened 10 years ago. I'm ready to let that go. Okay, let's pull some more cards. We'll get some moon messages that you could potentially use as affirmations for yourself. You know, for the next couple of weeks, I would say at least, because this new moon energy is quite intense, and you're going to feel the energy of this new moon for at least that long. Okay, we've got, I am curious about my true nature. I seek to understand myself. Yes, very much the big call. I couldn't have put it better myself. I mean, this, excuse me, this message right here could have summed up the whole reading, really. It is time to add back and understand your thought processes and why you are, excuse me, digging your heels in and having a tough time with communication and being open to something different. So maybe using this as an affirmation. I am honest with myself and others. There is this interesting element here that I've been picking up on for my message trees, almost like you're hiding some truth from yourself or not wanting to look at it. If you feel that, if you're like, yeah, no, there's this thing that keeps popping up in my mind, this little niggle, listen to it. It has got something to say. Either way, I am honest with myself and others. I definitely get a strong, like, I'm protecting myself energy from my message threes. Ooh, okay. I've got this. I invite peace within myself. I ripple this outwards. I feel like that would be a really good affirmation, actually, for my message threes. I think in doing so, too, inviting that energy of peace and common, you get more clarity, too, and you see different ways forward. And through your conflicting energy and some turbulent relationship energy as well. But also just a different way, like, again, this being open to a new way forward. Okay, let's cap this off with a couple final messages from Spirit. Trust in divine purpose. This experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Know that you are on a path of growth. Yes, we don't grow when anything's easy, when everything's just moving smoothly and working out. We grow through hardship, like a diamond, right? Like a diamond being forged, right? It's not an easy process, it's a difficult process. Just as this is, even though it's probably really sucky and you're over it, there's a reason for this. Know that and trust that. Trust in divine purpose. This experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Know that you're on a path of growth. It's sort of like, if God brings you to it, he'll bring you through it. It just requires your openness. Ooh, recognize the signs from above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. Nice. So put the phone down, move away from the TV, maybe go for some walks if you can, by yourself, quietly, where you just allow things to come through. Even just a few minutes every day where you're just sitting in quietude, going to be really beneficial for my group 3s. Because Spirit's coming in strong to help you with this situation. Again, it's all about being open to it. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that there. I am wishing you all a beautiful, blessed new moon. Take care, guys. I pre-pulled the main overarching energies to save a little bit of time in the video, but I haven't looked at them. I prefer to look at them with you guys because I think that's a lot more exciting and interesting. So let's get started here. Okay, full moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. What aspects of yourself are you currently keeping locked away, hidden from the rest of the world, and why? These would be questions to ask yourself at this new moon. Because the world needs to see the real you. There's something within you that the world needs, some light that you hold that only you can hold, and it's time to bring it out. Show the world the real you. Surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. Okay. And it makes sense, right? When it says show the world the real you, there may be a fear around that. I suspect that there is. I'm afraid of how I'm going to be received. I'm used to people seeing me as this, and showing up completely different is terrifying to me. Whatever this fear of change is for you, it is time to look at it, do a deep dive around it, and unearth it, because you're being asked to step up most authentically right now. Monkey, ingenuity. This situation calls for adaptability and innovation, which would definitely connect well, which does connect well rather to the energy of change and showing up as the real you. Because in order to be adaptable, we have to be okay with change, right? Because that's a constant, that's a guarantee in life that there's always going to be change, whether we like it or not. So finding a way to tap into that sacral energy of creativity, innovation, again, adaptability and change and growth is going to bring just that, a lot of growth and positive change in your life. Though I definitely see that there's a lot of fear around that. I think there's a lack of trust in yourself as well here, message 4, and you should be trusting yourself more. The world needs what you have authentically and who you are authentically. So do a little bit of a deep dive at this new moon. Look at that. Journal it out. Do a meditation. Anything that helps you to connect to what am I so afraid of, and where would I welcome change in, and even imagine this change as being the best change that you could possibly ever ask for. When we frame change like that, it's easier to accept. Like, this could be the best thing that ever happens to me. This will be the best thing that ever happens to me. Okay, let's pull a couple more cards. The This is showing up so much through these videos. Keep your heart open. It's also Libra energy. So lots of need for balance in all of this new moon energy in Scorpio showing up. Keep your heart open. Yeah, where are you? I feel like you're protecting it. You're protecting yourself. There's a real fear of vulnerability here for my message for us, but it's exactly what's needed. Others need that vulnerability from that open heart space. There's something to your energy that they need. Again, I keep coming back to authenticity. Keep your heart open. Don't shut down to positive change that could be showing up for you for fear of that. All the more reason to really make the decision to work on these fears right now before these opportunities and this beautiful change shows up, so that you're ready for them and you don't say no to them. Oh, look at that new moon in Aries. A lot of Aries energy showing up too. Fiery energy. Go for it. It's like a yes. This is your yes from the universe. If you're afraid to move towards something, if these sort of energies have already showed up for you, and it means you having to be a completely different person and wondering how you're going to be received, or fear that it's going to all go sideways, don't. I think Spirit's saying, you've got this. You're ready. Be your authentic self. Face your fear of change and go for it. Love that. It's a yes. It's a yes confirmation for my message for us from the universe, that now is the time. But remember, you need to keep that heart space open for these opportunistic type energies that are showing up for you. Anxiety, that makes so much sense to me. Show the world the real you, being afraid of change, anxious thoughts running the show, ruling the mind. Look at doing some calming meditations, grounding so that you're present and now, not thinking about what ifs, but also anything to do with crown and third eye, because that's the mind, and I feel like you're really living up in there right now. But trying to quell anxiety as a root cause of things not moving, things not happening, fear of showing up in a certain way. The world in the reverse, and you definitely wouldn't be feeling like the world is at your feet and that it's your oyster and you can do whatever you want when you're stuck in anxiety and fear of change. So Spirit just really highlighting this being the issue, this being the problem. Ooh, look at that. Adjacent possibilities, thinking outside the box, relaxing our beliefs and rigid thinking. So much of that energy showing up as well with all these new moon messages. But there are other possibilities that you can't yet see. And they would be really hard to see if you're holding back, not showing up as authentically as you could, feeling anxious. Second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Yes, okay. This chakra is located just below the navel. It's responsible for our emotional well-being, our emotional balance. Feelings of guilt, shame are held there, but also creativity, innovation, ingenuity, passion, inspiration. So doing some meditations around your sacral chakra would be really beneficial as well for my message fours. Opening it up, expanding it. It'll only help you come back to the center of showing the world the real you, saying yes to beautiful new opportunities and possibilities, and releasing that anxiety. Deceit. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere here. I think some of you have been deceived in the past, duped. And I can understand that very well, that feeling of being duped. It's one of my biggest issues that I have, feeling like somebody pulled the wool over my eyes. I can't stand that. I feel like this is something that you've dealt with. I don't want to be deceived. I don't want to make a mistake. I have been in the past. I have been deceived into thinking this was thing, or I've been wrong about my intuitive thoughts, or I misread it, and now I don't trust myself. Whatever makes sense for you, it is time to let that go. I don't feel like that's at play this time around. And if there was something that came along, trust that you will know whether it's real or not. You will get that sense. But it does require you to move out these anxious, fearful energies first, because they're so powerful, right? They can really run the show if we're not careful. And I think that this is an opportunity for you to get that into balance before you move forward with this thing and go for it. Yeah, hostilities. Been dealing with some hard stuff. Inner turmoil, outer turmoil. Ooh, what I like where we're going with this, blossoming abundance. Now, this is sort of in still a bit of a challenge position, suggesting that this has been something that it's been hard to come by, not yet received. But I think where there's a will, there's a way, and that's what Spirit's highlighting here for you. Nice. Appreciation. Remembering to stay in gratitude when things seem hard. Using the simple things for gratitude, like I've got running water, I've got clothes on my back, I've got food in my fridge, I've got some money in my bank account, whatever it is, I've got a good friend. Really leaning in on that when you're feeling anxious, worried, fearful, scared. And it'll help bring in the energy that you need to see. Ooh, look at this. I love that. This is in reverse. So storm warning suggests that, would say, there's conflict coming in if it's upright. But we see hostilities here, and now we see the storm warning, and it's turning. Tide turning in your favor, coming out of that chaotic, stormy energy into something much better, where you can relax your anxiety and those the emotional discord and disconnect that you've been feeling. Nice. Okay. So we've got two energy centers that have showed up for you guys. And so with third chakra Archangel Shamuel, you can call this archangel to help you clear your solar plexus so that you're standing fully in your power and feeling empowered to step up, show the world the real you. If this is showing up for you, it's because this is what's on the cards for you to really embrace this, meaning the timing is right because you're coming out of that stormy, conflicting energy where hostilities that created anxiety and nothing but problems and fears. You're coming out of all of that. But there is definitely a need to stay in the energy of gratitude and peace and recognizing when you're in the fear, when it's running the show, and making the time to clear the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, to get really grounded so that you can see these possibilities and say yes to them, because there is something really good on the other side of this more fearful, lower vibrating energy. There's a yes. Okay, let's pull some moon cards to see if there's some affirmations that you can repeat to yourself or use at this time. Okay, we've got I gather more wisdom each day, so information incoming. I have a balanced relationship with time. I use time well. Okay. So where might you be losing time in your fearful thoughts and your anxious thinking and worry? Or where may you be distracting yourself where there is a need at those times of distraction for you to be present? Could be because messages want to come through for you too, that wisdom. I have a balanced relationship with time. I use time well. And then we've got I assess matters carefully and discern wisely. Lots of need for wisdom. So not only do I think that, doing some clearing around the sacral and the solar plexus, and of course grounding that energy, so root, opening up that crown. There's so much of that needed in this new moon energy for all of us, so that you can receive that wisdom, this messaging. I assess matters carefully and discern wisely. I also feel like that leans into trusting yourself more, that you are able to do this. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple more messages from Spirit. For my message my message 4, geez. Okay. Put your creative energy into action. Archangel Gabriel joins me to spark your creativity, help you communicate your vision, and motivate you to create something beautiful. And you know, the second the I think I need to do a throat chakra meditation. The second chakra, the sacral, is responsible for creativity and inspiration. So all the more reason to make sure it's cleansed and cleared. Put your creative energy into action. Archangel Gabriel joins me to spark your creativity, help you communicate your vision, and motivate you to create something beautiful. Another yes. Yes, about creative ideas and inspirations that you may have had. Leaning into those, saying yes to them, going for it. Embrace this magic moment. You are in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Nice. Allow your wishes to be filled. That's amazing. And you know what? We would block this. We often think that everything is just destined and that it's supposed to happen or that it will for sure. But I am definitely of the mind that we can delay, put off, create some dissonance in our lives and make things, happen way further down the road than what we might have been able to bring in because of our energy. All the more reason, if this is saying embrace this magical moment, you are in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Allow your wishes to be filled. You could be blocking them, delaying them from coming through. And when we're in fear and anxiety, that absolutely acts as a block to what we want, to wish fulfillment. So be mindful of that. When you catch yourself in negative thinking or these energies, try to find some affirmations, words, positive energies so that you can start saying them to yourself, and so that you push out that negative stuff that is acting as a block. Like reframing, changing the thought, the narrative really quickly. Be like, okay, I acknowledge that you're there, but I'm not attaching to you. I'm going to attach to what I want. The positive energy, the flip side of this negative thought, this anxiety, if that makes sense. All right. I think I am going to leave that there for my message 4s. And I'm wishing you all a beautiful new moon in Scorpio energy. And sending you all positive energy so that you feel more comfortable with showing the world who you really are, because it just feels so needed. Saying yes to yourself. Okay, really, I'm going to leave that there. Take care, guys.